Hey, so recently I've been getting a question more and more frequently, or maybe I've just noticed the frequency of it, and I wanted to jump on real quick and address it with you guys. Oftentimes, people who are looking to get into real estate will reach out to me to find out where they should start. And for whatever reason, their number one thing that they want to start with is becoming a realtor, getting licensed to sell real estate. And I always have the same question, like, how is this going to help you? How is learning to sell something to another buyer looking for value in it going to help you? Unless you're strictly going to focus on investors, which one, the majority of people are not planning to do. And two, the majority of investors want somebody a little bit more seasoned or knowledgeable in the industry so that they can know what they're looking for too. So if you're only looking to get a real estate license to later on invest, for me personally, that's not the way I would go. Now, if you enjoy networking, you enjoy working with people one-on-one, helping people find their first home, their dream home, their starter home, whatever it may be, then by all means, get your real estate license. It is absolutely a great way to make money. However, if you think you're going to put in 10 to 15 hours a week and make money in this industry, you're sadly mistaken. I've never seen it work. I would be shocked to see it work. Like, if you have another full-time W-2, this is not something I would suggest doing, especially if you don't have genuine interest in it. If you're using it as a means to an end, don't do it to yourself. Here are two other things that I think would definitely be, or two other ways I think would hands down absolutely be more beneficial to you than getting a real estate license. Number one, go work for a wholesaler. The reason I say this is these are the people who are boots on the ground. They're knocking on doors. They're sending out mailers. They know how to hunt and find a good deal. And working for them, you will learn how to do this. You will learn what a bad deal looks like, what a good deal looks like, what other investors are looking for. And you'll learn how to analyze it, and you'll also make some money. Option number two, go work for an investor. They will teach you the business. Whether you work for an investor who's doing Airbnb, you work for an investor who's doing midterm rentals, you work for an investor who's doing long-term buy and hold, any of these strategies, pick one. You can, move to a different investor after you've worked for one, but I guarantee you, they are always looking for some help. Now, are you always going to be able to get a paying job, like monetarily paying with an investor? Maybe not, but I guarantee you the knowledge you get from that investor is worth its weight in gold. You will not miss out. Two, sometimes they need assistance. And if you can work hand in hand with an investor in an industry you want to be in, chef's kiss, because they're going to be things that they don't want to do. So like for me, my executive assistant knows everything about my business. They could go tomorrow and launch their own business. The people that come to me and they're like, hey, I'll do these tedious things that you don't want to do in exchange for your knowledge. Absolutely. I am telling them everything they are willing to learn because I don't want to go do a property inspection. I don't want to go hang a new fire extinguisher or put up a new smoke detector. I also don't want to necessarily send out my guys if that's the only thing I need to do. So if I have an assistant or I have an intern who's willing to go do that in exchange for some knowledge, absolutely. Abso-freaking-lutely. Not only am I going to teach them to hunt for the deal, I'm going to teach them to analyze the deal. I'm going to teach them what other investors are looking for in my area. They are going to learn everything about this business because they're going to be with me. They're also going to be with me on job sites. So they're going to get to see how I interact with my different contracting teams. They're going to get to see how I interact with my tenants. They're going to get to see how I interact with my employees. To me, this is much more beneficial than meeting somebody after they've got off of work that wants to purchase, $100,000 house for her and her family or him and his family. Like, that is not doing anything for me. The value that they see in this property is not the same value that I need in this property. So I'm not going to get the same lessons. So before you go out and you get a real estate license, meet with a wholesaler who's successful. If you guys need one, I have one that I can drop you and I can put you in contact with. Meet with an investor who's doing what you want to do and is doing it successfully. Again, not only are you going to learn the business, but you're going to learn who's who in the zoo, because there's a lot of people making content who ain't doing shit in this industry. Hope that helps you guys. As always, if you have any questions or you need any other tips or information, drop me a note in the comment. Engagement is key. Talk to you guys soon.